Hi, Tata.
Hey, Julie Bean.
Welcome back from your vacation. Thanks for being sick.
Oh, I know. I brought back a gift from my
So
trip.
I have to keep some distance. So our topic for today in our little mini podcast episode is, should we have a little more body fat as we get older, or should we be as lean and mean as possible and then just deal with the fact that we're going to have some wrinkles because there's going to be some excess skin? What say you, Tata?
Well, I was reading an interesting article where they say that women over 38, believe it or not, when they start losing weight, they get what they call diet face.
Specifically at 38?
Well, 38 and above, but that's where it starts, girls. You see, it doesn't start at 40 or just 50. Now it's in your 30s, so...
Diet face.
Diet face. So diet face means you start to look really sunken and aged. So apparently, for every 10 pounds you lose, you gain 4 years of aging in your face.
Okay, but the other thing is, for every 10 pounds you lose, you actually gain possibly a year of life.
Well, that's the debate. So, like, we were asking, they were asking Madonna, because she's a workout nut
and very lean and in her 60s.
And she was like, were you going to give up the face or are you going to give up the fit? And she was going to stick to the fit. But I guess she's plumping herself up.
I like Madonna much more nowadays.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan in the 80s. Not really my music at the time, but I love her now.
Well, this is an issue with celebrities because they're on film and they want to look young all the time. So, and they have to stay in shape, most of them. So doing that obviously takes a toll on the face and the aging process because your skin loses fat. The first place it's going to lose it is in your face, not where you want to lose it, but where you don't want to lose it. So yeah, you can get fat injections and stuff like that, which I'm sure they do.
Well, there are those people like Ellen Pompeo, and I'm trying to think of who else who are, they're so skinny because they have the round face. So people with that, I call it the pumpkin head, people with the very round moon face, they look heavier because their face is so full that these actresses, at least in Hollywood, they get super, super, super skinny. And because their faces are always so full. Right. So there is that. So there is a certain type of face where you don't get it. I definitely get more gaunt. So, you know, I have to spend however $700 a year. I do the fillers once a year. I've been doing that. This will be my 3rd year coming up. You do fillers?
Yeah, once in a while. I kind of go on a roll where I want to do some fillers or try something new. And then I stop for a while. And then if I feel I look too sunken or if I've lost a little weight, I might go back to doing some fillers. But there are, you know, certain fillers that do plump and nothing's permanent.
Right.
So, you know, it is a constant work in progress and you can't just fill everything. So at one point, you know, unless you want to look like one of those marionette dolls.
Which we do see.
Yes.
But or like the swollen bee face. Yeah. But I definitely like getting a little bit of fillers. I put them where I get most sunken, and it doesn't last the whole year, ladies. So if you do them, you know, that's another point, is that if you exercise a lot like I do, your metabolism is higher. So any injectable, so I get Botox once or twice a year and a filler once a year, and that's been going on for 3 years. And Botox I've been doing, I think, for 5 or 6 years now. And because my metabolism is high, my doctor friend says that I actually wear it off sooner.
Botox, however, aside from also helping migraines, which is something I suffer from, is that it does it prevents the lines from getting deeper.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, you know, there's no face cream that's going to take away your wrinkles. You know, they're going to help you.
Retin-A, I use Retin-A and glycolic acid combination. That really helps. It doesn't take away massive wrinkles, but very fine lines it does. And it's a great exfoliator. So that's the combination I learned from a dermatologist online. Not even my own personal dermatologist didn't even give me this tip. But so I maybe every other day or 3 days a week, I take glycolic acid, one that I just get on Amazon. And I can put the link below if you want the one that I've been using. And I rub it on my face, turns my face bright red, so you have to do it at night or a few hours before you do anything else. And then I put my Retin-A over it and go to sleep. And then I wake up in the morning and my face feels a lot more refreshed. But we're talking about also body wrinkles. So as we get older, our skin wrinkles around the muscles because we're also losing muscle as we age. So aside from the face, there is the whole knee wrinkles, underarm, elbow. You know, I've mentioned it on the podcast a few times, on the podcast. The elbows start to look like, saggy male scrotums.
We also put our elbows on desks and tables and whatnot. That doesn't help.
in
We don't
people's
really
faces.
moisturize them properly. You know, we're neglecting certain areas of our body.
You know, I'm very lean, and I like to have my body fat down because I think being lighter to me makes me feel less pain in my joints because I have arthritis. So it actually helps me move better to be lighter. And then there's also the risk of heart disease. Now, as we get older, obviously our risk of cardiovascular disease goes up. But we had a guest on our podcast, with one of our interviews who it was Treva, and she says that she actually likes, and she was a trainer like me for many years, she likes to have a little bit of extra fat on her body because she feels like it keeps her younger looking.
It's true. I've had a doctor who told me that after 40 you should keep an extra 5 pounds, or after 50, just because you don't want to lose that elasticity, that fullness. But again, where does it end up? In the places you don't want.
Exactly. It's going to end up here. I have a quandary, and sometimes in my workout videos on my personal channel, I will actually be wearing just my crop top, and I won't cover over the fact that I have some hanging skin.
It's unbelievable because you work out so hard and your abs are so strong.
Right, because I've lost fat. So I have skin.
Right.
I have skin that hangs over. And I think, you know, it is me. I do have it. I do want to prepare people that as strong as I am and for as lean as I am, you are going to deal with some skin. So I'm vain, but I'm not that vain that I do struggle with, like, should I show the loose skin? You know, and
I know. You know, it's a quandary, but also, you know, lying in the sun in your bikini when you were younger and all that sun and those beautiful dark bellies and the nice tan that you got doesn't help your skin from getting crepey later on, and you'll actually get crepey skin on your stomach.
That's what happened to me. I laid in the sun so much, and the one area of my body that would never burn, that was the least sensitive to the sun, was my belly,
right,
for whatever reason.
Right.
So I always wore a bikini with no sunscreen on my stomach area. And yeah, so that's the first place that just went I started to see, you know, wrinkles and saggy skin. So what do? So we can either carry that extra weight, 5 pounds, probably not a big deal, but when we're starting to talk about an extra 10 pounds, now this weight around your midsection is called visceral fat. Most of the time, that's the fat that lines our organs, and that actually oozes toxic cytokines, which can be disease-causing and cancer-causing. So that extra weight around the midsection, which we call the middle-age spread, is actually a sign of your health deteriorating. So like Madonna, Golden Mom, I say, you know, stay as lean as possible. I think it's healthier. Does it look as good when you bend over? No. But, you know, like on today's show, I'm just wearing a long
you're
shirt.
still rocking a short skirt.
Okay, I got the short skirt.
You're looking pretty firm.
But and I have to keep my weight training up. Like, one of the things that I do to help maintain the muscle mass in my legs, because we've talked about sarcopenia before, and if it's your first time watching us on Fine Tuned Females, hi. Sarcopenia, as we get older, it can start as early as 30. It's the age-related natural loss of muscle. And the only way to maintain it is to do some hardcore workouts. Like, you have to be lifting those weights, leg pressing, doing squats, not just with your body weight, but actually with added weight. So, you know, I keep up my weighted squats. We do a lot of deadlifts with kettlebells, and I try to go, 40, 45 pounds on my deadlifts to 90 or 95 pounds. So I try to keep, my strength up, because the more muscle mass you have in your legs, A, the less wrinkles you're going to have, B, the better it's going to be for aging, because it's going to actually keep your blood pressure down. Lifting heavier weights is great for blood pressure. So I find that even if it's going to make, it's not going to help the skin on my belly, it's still going to help me with feeling more youthful and having less signs of aging metabolically. That makes sense.
Being healthier, having more energy, keeping up with all those 20-year-olds. I mean, basically physically, right? I had an interesting fact that I read today, and I didn't realize this. I mean, we always talk about our necks aging, but did you know that your neck ages faster than under your eyes? It's the first thing to start showing aging. So your thinnest skin is under your eyes and on your neck, but your neck is accelerated. So protect the neck.
Yeah.
And
now, with millennials, people are getting tech neck a lot sooner. And I definitely got a lot more lines. Yeah, I got that tech neck. The lines across, not just the sag here, but the lines across.
Definitely. That's what they said when they started with the BlackBerry crackberry phase, saying that, you're going to be addicted to it and your whole face is going to drop.
Yeah, and it's definitely true.
Right.
So just right as we were hitting our ages, now like the jowls start to happen, all that stuff starts to sag. So wonderful. All right, so good news, all those fun things to look forward to. Get a dog because they love you no matter what
That's
you
right.
have.
They don't care how you look.
They don't care if you have some flub or some sag.
No.
But write in, let us know, what do you think? Would you rather have an extra 5 or 10 pounds to fill up the skin, even if it's body fat and even if it's in the belly? Or would you rather improve your health or make sure that your health is as good as it can be by having more muscle and less fat? Because the less body fat you have, usually the healthier you'll be. Now, there only is one last caveat, I'll leave it at this, is that if you do get one of those wasting diseases, so I don't want to say the C word or anything really negative, but if you get one of those wasting diseases, it is better to have some more fat on your body. So, because you're not able to eat, you might wind up in a hospital for a while. So if you're at an age or if you're at a risk for some kind of serious disease like that, then it is good to have a little extra weight because that's what's going to keep you alive while you're, in the hospital. You might not be able to eat for a few weeks while you're getting treatments.
Right.
You know what happens. So
Right.
that is one area where I would make an exception on the body fat.
Totally.
So, okay, on that positive note, please write in and let us know what you do for your wrinkles and if you'd rather have a few extra pounds of fat to fill the skin up or if you'd rather be, leaner and meaner. You don't have to, but it would be great if you did. And then please like the video and subscribe to our channel at Fine Tuned Females.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Sammy, say bye.
Woo,
Say bye.
Our mascot.
Bye, ladies. We love you no
Sammy
matter how you
ages
look.
so well. He never changes.
He's like an 80-year-old
I
man.
know. And he's still looking fit and
He
lean
looks
and
nice.
sexy. He's got his groove on.